Hello guys and welcome back to TNT Madness. Today we're going to be looking at a one-wide hybrid slime block cannon, but before we do that, one thing I'd like to ask is if you guys want me to do absolutely massive cannons like one shot, less shooters, 100 sand stack, 15 slab bust, all sorts of stuff, just absolutely massive cannons, but on 1.7, because on 1.8 most of them are broken, and as I know, most servers are still on 1.7, or most of the faction ones, and if you want to build cannons like that, there aren't that many good tutorials, but I know how to build them, and I'm really good at compacting them, so if you would want me to do that, just tell me in the comments below, and I will. So anyway, back to the video. Today we're going to be looking at, like I said, a one-wide hybrid slime block cannon, and this thing is absolutely amazing. It has all the benefits of a slime block cannon, which is the fact that it only fires one TNT and one sand at a time, and the fact that it can go elevated, so it can be used as a roof buster as well as the fact that it can fire above where it should fire. So if you have it at Y90, it can hit bases or water bases that are at Y100, which is absolutely great. There's only one major downside to this cannon, is the fact that it can only fire one sand at a time, so every time you press the button you have to place a sand back, because you cannot place the piston or sand anywhere else or the thing will break, or else it'll be too big and just not really fun. If you want a cannon that can do pretty much the same as this but is slightly bigger, then just use my 3x3 slime block hybrid cannon. The main benefit of this is the fact it can fit just about anywhere, and it is the most resource friendly hybrid cannon out there. It only requires one sand and one TNT per shot, only uses a few repeaters, few torches, few pistons and a bit of redstone, and is absolutely the smallest one I've seen, or the smallest one wide one. So this thing has a lot going for it, so let's have a look at it in action. So now onto firing this thing. So what we have here is just a general water wall that you'll find on most bases, and what we have here is our hybrid slime block cannon. So this wall is 3 blocks above the height of this and roughly 15 blocks away, and this thing can fire a lot higher than this, but this is just an example of how it works. Also, one thing you can do to make this slightly more accurate when firing is just add a board around here, because when you fire it, the TNT can actually bob slightly to the left or slightly to the right, and most of the time this doesn't matter unless you're doing really long range attacks. So anyway, if we place sand here and press the button, we can see that it fires all the way over here and then it places inside the block, and then it just creates a huge hole in the wall, and then you can go straight on through this wall and go into your friend's base. So another thing that you can see is it went slightly to the left, but since it was close enough to the block it counted, and as you can see it just works like a normal hybrid cannon and works extremely well. So anyway, let's get into the redstone. So now onto the redstone. So the redstone for this is actually really simple. What we have here is our input block, which is powered by the button, and then this goes off into 4 directions. The first thing it does is activates the dispenser, which dispenses the TNT out into the slime block. Then it activates the piston, which pushes the sand to this level here onto this block. So these happen at the exact same time, but 4 ticks after that happens, this will activate this slime block piston, and this allows the sand to go from this block to 0.1 of a block above where this is. So just before it's about to actually hit the block and turn into a sand block, it stays as a falling sand entity and stays exactly inside the TNT, unless it's slightly to the left or right because you haven't put the borders around it, and then it will get fired up. And then what happens next is this is a 4 ticks repeater, which will go into this torch tower, which activates 2 more ticks because redstone torches have 1 tick every time you turn them on and off. Then it activates this piece of redstone on the top, which activates this slime block. So what happens is this will get pushed up and then it will push it along. So the momentum that comes from pushing this up will push the slime and TNT, the TNT and sand up, and then it'll keep the forward momentum going up, it'll push along. This will give it its arc momentum and allow you to fire it above stuff, and it just works really, really well. So anyway, now we're going to transition into the tutorial, because there's nothing you really have to do except have the blocks and take a screenshot. So if you want to take your screenshot now, you can. It's very, very simple. You only need a 5 wide area down the bottom and 6 high, and what you're going to need is you're going to need some building blocks, 2 redstone repeaters, 2 redstone torches, a button, 2 sticky pistons, a normal piston, a dispenser, and 2 slime blocks. I don't know why I have 1, as well as some TNT and sand. So anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, please leave a like, and if you really liked it, subscribe. But anyway, goodbye from TNT Madness.